Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every morning or afternoon with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. So, today's topic is Growing and Learning on YouTube, Part 3. I've done 2 other videos on this topic, and decided, as I go along with this, it's true, I go and learn on it. And so every couple of months, every 2-3 months, I think I might just give an update. So that's why we're here. So what have I learned since the last video? A couple of really important things. A few weeks ago, I was working on this set of New Amsterdam, and I bumped into someone who I had met previously on a different set, and she has a successful YouTube channel, and she was giving me all of this really amazing advice, which she, according to her, she was like, it took her years to learn this. I was really fortunate that she just automatically was like, here, learn all of this. So a few things for those of you who have a YouTube channel and are new to this, here's a few pointers. The first thing she told me, you know how each video has a description. And, and so I would just, have like a little paragraph or so. But she taught me, she said, what you should do is have like something that you copy and paste on all of them, like a channel description, and put your web addresses and links to your social media and things of that nature. So when she told me that, it was on a Friday, I guess about 4 weeks ago. Yeah, 4 weeks ago. And I thought to myself, oh my God, that makes perfect sense. So when I got home that evening from the set, I immediately wrote something up and then spent hours copying and pasting it on every single one of my videos, which at that point, I think I was up to 40 videos. Because now I'm doing 2 videos a week. I initially was doing 3 videos, but now for the past month, I've scaled it back to 2. So she told me that. And, of course, you have all of your hashtags, and but that makes perfect sense to me. The other big thing that she taught me, which I don't know why I didn't think of this, but she said, you always, whatever days you're going to post videos, I was always doing, when I was doing the 3 days a week, I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And now I do Tuesday and Friday, but each day that a video would post, I would get up in the morning and I would do my best to try to have it be the same consistent time, not realizing that when you have the videos done, you can actually post them on YouTube, but when you upload them, you have to make sure that you have the word private hit, and then you could upload the video, put all of the information, put the description, the thumbnails, the hashtags, the keywords, and then once all of that is done, you go to it where it says public, you click on that, and then a drop-down window comes and you can actually schedule it. I was like, oh my God, that makes perfect sense, because the most important thing is for the algorithms, you want the consistency of, if you're going to do 3 days a week like I was doing, or 2 days, or, when you get to the point where you're just doing 1 day a week, you should want it to be the exact time with the same exact days. So by virtue of scheduling it, I was then able to pretty much have every Tuesday and Friday scheduled at 10 a.m. Through May 1st. But now because of this video and the one that I shot about half an hour ago, I'm pretty much scheduled through May 8th. So what I'll do is, once I finish this and edit this and then the one that I just did, put those in the mix. And then, so for the next 5 weeks, this week and the next 4 weeks, you just go in there and you just change the scheduling date. And then that way your computer doesn't even have to be on. Everything is done ahead of time. And I was like, wow, I wish it how come I didn't know that? Well, again, I've never had a YouTube channel, and this is the growing and the learning that I'm going through. So, when she told me that, then I spent all this time scheduling, because then it just so happened that I saw on a Friday, and then that weekend I shot, 12 videos, actually 14. So I was pretty much scheduled for the next 7 weeks. 2 weeks have already gone by. And so now clockwork, 10 a.m. Tuesday and Friday, it will just hit and all the work is done ahead of time. So that was some really valuable information that, had she not told me that, I don't think I would have ever, maybe I would have realized that sooner or later, but I'm glad it happened sooner. And I'm glad that she was able to give me that. So I was like, oh my God, I so have to include this on my next Growing and Learning on YouTube, because anyone who's watching this, if you have a YouTube channel and if you are not aware of that feature, it's definitely something good to take advantage of. Then the other thing, I've been teaching myself different apps that I've been using. There's one called InShot, where you can actually splice videos and because so far, by and large, most of my videos are where, I know to leave space at the beginning and leave space at the end, so that when I go to edit, you can chop the beginning and the end just using my basic editor on my Galaxy 10, which is what I use to film these videos. And I do the editing on my phone as well. And I put all the text and all of that. But it limits you. You can only do that. So InShot, which I had to learn because of the two videos that I did, the one on the Sean Casey Animal Rescue Show and the one on my birthday, it was different clips that I then had to learn how to put together. And, and I learned that by going on YouTube and watching those videos that taught me how to do it. Although some of those videos were not as clear, and then I realized what I finally got frustrated and just kind of taught myself. So it took a minute, but I did that. The other thing that I've learned is there's something called Thumbnail Blaster, which is still posting on Facebook, and they were having a special where they were instead of $100, I paid $20, and it's specifically where it's this software that's specifically for thumbnails for something like YouTube. And so I bought that about a week ago, and then a few days later, I was like, all right, I finally got over my fear of the unknown and just went for it. And it took me a couple of times of going on it to actually perfect it. But now I'm like, wow, okay, this is it's gotten a lot easier for me. It's like any other thing when you're first learning it, you're always a little apprehensive, and, I go through trial and error and then I figure it out. But there's something to be said about using not necessarily the same template all the time, but having something that's recognizable as being you, whether it's using the same font and the same color of the font with the same shadowing, little things like that. So I've just been working with that the last few days, and of the 48 videos that I have posted so far, 12 of them I've already changed the thumbnail for. So, I still have a ways to go, but it's okay. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I actually got the hang of it. And then there's one other app that I want to mention called Meitu, which is spelled Meitu. And it's a free app. And that will actually, if you have pictures or even videos, if you want to do any editing or enhancing, filters and all of that, it's you could do that. Now, I started playing with that just a couple of days ago, but just on pictures. I don't know how much I want to dive into that with videos. But, you could take a still shot and just a couple of clicks later, suddenly, you look 1,000 years younger, and it just kind of smooths everything out. So it's kind of neat. But even that, there's so many different components to it that it took me a couple of times of using it to actually become really good with it. So, all of these things are trial and error, but all of these little apps and softwares that I'm learning are great to, make my channel or my pictures or everything as good as they possibly can be. So, I'm excited that at least now that I'm home, because, we all have to stay at home till all of this passes, at least I have the time to do these things and teach myself these things. And it's just going to make everything better, I think. So I'm happy about that, and I'm using my time wisely to learn these things. Who said you couldn't teach an old dog new tricks, right? This old bitch, honey, I'm teaching myself things and frankly surprising myself, because I've always said I'm not very tech savvy, and a lot of these things I'm sort of just figuring out on my own, and people telling me, get this, get that, or just finding it on social media and saying, wow, that looks like I could get something out of that. And I have been, so knock on wood, happy about that. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say about this topic for now. I'm sure in a couple of months I'll learn more, and then I'll be like, oh my God, I got to let my people know. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope everyone is safe and sound and staying home and being careful. And I have faith that we will, all do our part, because the more that we all do our part, then the sooner we'll be able to get back out and have a bit of normalcy. So, and in the interim, we could all pick up the phone, call one another. Instead of always texting, seize the opportunity to actually have phone conversations with people. So, or video chats, or whatever you want to do. So, okay, on that note, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, hit the notifications, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And thank you again for being here and letting me into your space. And I look forward to the next time. So stay safe, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Love you. Bye.